honestly, if you interviewed a boomer, they probably would tell you, don't tell your secrets. You're going to work yourself out of a job. They might not have been wrong. They might not have been wrong. So, today.
It's the glow on the screen, the pulse of the night, Jim and Dame in the scene, breaking it
Rock if you
What's
don't
the word
hear about
to play?
AI or just automation in general. Historically, if you were, let's say a few generations ago, they used to handle this upcoming a little bit differently than they do in present day. But now we are very much embracing it. I would say Gen Z is all about the robots coming to help make this utopia of a lifestyle. Meanwhile, honestly, if you interviewed a boomer, they probably would tell you, don't tell your secrets. You're going to work yourself out of a job. Uh, they might not have been wrong. They might not have been wrong. So today, very much have a show referencing a report from, let me make sure I get the whole things right, from Gallup. It is the Special Competitive Studies Project, and it is named Reward, Risk, and Regulation American Attitudes Towards Artificial Intelligence or AI. So before I dive into that super duper deep, I want to give a shout out to the producer, Cassius Pay. He is over here, in the background doing his thing. Very much appreciate him. I need to make sure I have this so y'all can see what's in the cup. So yeah, he's late night dripping with me. And before we get any further, what's in my cup is some nice sparkling water, and then I will have a very, very small cola. No shout outs for them. No sponsor, no shout out. All right. So drop some drip in the comments if you are aware of this very report. So the Gallup report, they are a nonprofit and nonpartisan initiative whose mission is to make recommendations to strengthen America's long-term competitiveness as AI and other emerging technologies are reshaping our national security. This is a poll of 3,128 adults age 18 plus, conducted from April 25th to May 5th of 2025. Why is that important? You definitely need to know the demographic in which the questions are being asked to. If you see a study, you should always want to run to find out, who did you ask? Where did you get these people from? What's the demographic? Because the answers you get from that could very much be biased, depending on how that is. So 3,000 is it's a pretty decent sample size, but
All
when
right,
you
all right,
compare
all
it to
right.
the,
Enough with all this nerd talk. Just tell me why I should care about whatever you about to talk about with this Gallup poll, because you over here talking about statistical
I
analysis
am telling them
and all of the
statistics.
ality.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
care about that.
Wow.
Tell
Okay.
me why. Speak to me like I'm, in the fourth or fifth grade. That's what I need to
Oh,
do
fourth or
because
fifth grade. I'm not
yeah,
going to
because you
disrespect y'all
because you
like that.
lost me. No, I ain't say that. I said talk
Okay.
to
Okay.
me.
So how did I lose you? So basically, they asked 3,000 adults, was like, hey, how you feel about AI? And all these people were adults, so that's very important to know. And I'm just saying, as you see people say, we ran a study about yada yada yada, it really does matter. Was the study on 6-year-olds? Was a study on 18-year-olds? Was a study on 60-year-olds? Depending on who you ask, their answers are going to be a little different. So it's interesting. The very first page that they even have, they show a chart. And once again, these are Americans that they're asking. They ask them about the adults, like, they start off with, have you heard of AI? Right? And they're like, yeah. I robots, you know what I'm saying? So 98% of them are like, yeah, I know of, whether it's seeing, reading, or, actually involved in AI in the past year.
And I was like,
Okay.
hell yeah. The answer? Everybody heard of AI. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
not AI. Artificial intelligence. I already went over that, but
Yeah. But I'm talking about good old number 3. Had
what?
them shoes.
Oh, you're talking about AI basketball player. So then they asked, these same people said, hey, so how often do you use artificial intelligence with your life, whether it be at work or at home? 39% of them say that they use it either in their own personal pleasure or that they use it at work. Then they said, okay, cool. So you know what AI is, you know what artificial intelligence is, cool. Um, so like 40% of y'all use, 39% of y'all use it at some point, cool. So how much do you actually know about artificial intelligence? Well, what do you mean by know? Like, do you know like how it works? Do you know why it works the way that it does? A whopping 8% said they knew that. And finally, they asked the questions of all questions. Drop some drip in the comments. Let me know if y'all align with this or not. Yes or no? Here's the question. Do you fully trust AI to make fair, unbiased decisions? Drop some drip in the comments. Let me know. Y'all trust AI to make fair, unbiased decisions? Well, out of that group of the 3,000, was it 3,218, I believe was the number. Let me make sure I go there. 3,128. 2% said that they fully trust AI to make clear, fair, unbiased decisions. So this entire report, y'all can check it out. I'll dabble through this as we continue this conversation. I have a couple videos to pull up about AI, and so we can have a conversation. Once again, drop some drip in the comments so we can actually have a conversation. But it's interesting. It's interesting because artificial intelligence is, wait for it, ChatGPT, right? It's Copilot. It's I'm trying to think of all the different ones. Any of these, essentially, in Gemini as well for Google, and Siri is as well for Apple. All of these are tools.
Technically, your Alexa devices or whatever. I hope I ain't setting off nobody's stuff in their house.
Set it off in their house. You can set it off.
Yeah, but I mean that's another component. That's kind of been a piece, right? Where people were using that.
Anything that you can ask it a question,
form a task,
and it can form a task or retrieve information with assumptions. Assumptions meaning you didn't say exactly this thing. It went and pulled something similar based on what you have said, but not exactly what you said. Anything like that, baby, you're touching artificial intelligence.
Stay tuned, we are late night crew. Our daily trip just for you. Talking real, no filter, no mask. Every story unwrapped like it's your flask. Sip it smooth, sip it deep, stay awake. A squad rolling through, no breaks. What's the buzz? What's the tea? What's the play? Gem and day.